everyone. Thank you for stopping to watch Mama Junior tonight. I am coming to you to talk to you about setting the standards, setting the tone, establishing how people interact with you and how people deal with you. And at some point, hopefully, we have all had to put our foot down about a situation or a circumstance where people are just taking full advantage of our kindness or what we will and won't do in a situation. There are a lot of people out there who are doing way more on their jobs than their job description, or way more than they should be because they're pulling their own weight plus the weight of others because you haven't put your foot down, you haven't set the tone, you haven't said enough is enough. I will not do my work plus theirs. I am not working another overtime shift. I am not gonna complete this person's work while they're out for an extended lunch, or whatever other things that are conveniently done to allow you to do this other person's work or to work a lot more than what you're typically required to do. Some people have had to put their foot down about what time you come to their house. Don't come to my house at a certain hour of the night. Has to be established if that person doesn't know any better than to not come to your house after a certain hour. Some people won't answer the phone if you call them after a certain time of day or night because that's their time. Some people may answer the phone begrudgingly and like, this better be good, But if you don't set the tone, if you don't set the standard, they're going to keep doing it if that's their way. Prime example of that is because I work nights. I typically am asleep during the day. And most people who interact with me and deal with me know that. So my brother, my younger brother, in true little brother form, could care less about me sleeping at whatever hour. He will call me at 10 or 11 in the afternoon wanting nothing. What's up? What you doing? What's going on? Just called to check on you. Like, I so appreciate you calling to check on me. But it is 11 o'clock. Or it is 1 in the afternoon. 1 in the afternoon to me is like 1 in the morning to you. I am just getting to my good comfort level, and you are calling me pepped up like, hey, I'm about to tell you something about yourself. If I see you calling at those times, I'm thinking something's wrong. Let me answer. And I don't know how many times I have told him, do not call me in the middle of the day unless something's wrong. So sometimes he'll call now and it'll only ring once. And I'm thinking, okay, he remembered that he shouldn't be calling me. Or maybe he just wants me to call him back when I wake up. And I appreciate that. Like, respect my sleep. I'm setting the tone. Do not call me in the middle of the day unless it's an emergency. Sometimes I won't answer the phone. Like, if I don't really feel like something better be wrong. And I don't want it to be, but in order for you to be calling me, something needs to be wrong. Sometimes I just won't answer the phone at all because I'm thinking, better, and maybe if he calls back a second time, I'll say, okay, I really need to answer this time. But I had to set the tone because if I answer every single time with a groggy voice or not, he's going to keep calling. Little brother tactics. They will just do whatever pleases them because they're little brothers, right? Some people I know, you can't come to their house without calling. I don't care what time of day at night it is. If they are not expecting you, do not go knocking at their door because you will get silence, okay? You will have to leave a note or call or text and say, hey, I stopped by, blah, blah, blah. They do not play that. That is them setting the tone. So I wanted to talk to you about this because some of you are being straight taken advantage of and you are boiling on the inside, but you are the one to blame because you haven't set the tone. You haven't said, when it comes to this particular topic, subject matter, I don't like it like this. I don't like it like that. Personally, I don't let people walk through the house with their shoes on. I have beige carpet. So if you feel like you can just walk through the house any kind of way, I'm going to have mud and footprints and dirt and all kind of things on the floor. Being beige carpet is hard enough to keep it clean, but for me, I want you to take your shoes off. I don't want to add any unnecessary dirt and muck if I can help it. And so when I go to people's houses, I'm thinking the same thing. No matter what their floor looks like, I'm going to take my shoes off. And so I've had people say, girl, don't worry about taking your shoes off. It's, come on in. You all right? And I'm like, I'm not about to track your floor. It's raining outside or whatever. And they don't mind. But that's fine if they don't mind. But for me, I'm going to treat their home like I would treat my own and not try to trample dirt and water and all kind of mess onto their floors, And so, again, that's just something that you establish. That's just something about the way that you allow people to treat your home or treat you. I don't like to be cussed at, okay? I don't expect people not to curse. I curse. Absolutely. I think there's a time and place for it. I think, privately between me and you, if me and you are talking and that's what's happening, then that's fine. But I think in the workplace, it's grossly inappropriate. I think that when you're in front of your elders, it's grossly disrespectful and inappropriate. There's just a time and place for it, just like any other behavior. Personally, when a curse word is directed towards me, that's my deal breaker. That's when the gloves come off, and I might give you a don't cuss at me, I'm not cussing at you disclaimer, but if you're gonna continue on, I'm cutting that. I might give you a little bit of bark back before I separate myself, but I'm not gonna stay in that spot with you. I'm not gonna stay in that environment with you where you think I'm gonna keep on cursing at her. I don't have the patience for it, and I'm not gonna ever allow someone to think that behavior is okay. That is the tone I set. Those are the standards I set. So I say that to say, be mindful of how you feel disrespected. Be mindful of how you feel like people just don't understand and they constantly, walk all over you and mistreat you and misuse you. Have you set the tone? Have you set the standard? And don't say, well, yeah, I told him I don't. Have you nipped it in the bud? Have you cut this thing to the quick where they don't have the opportunity to treat you this way because you're not available to be handled in that way? If you say, I always lend money to this individual and they never pay it back, or they're always late about paying it, let the last time be the last time. When they call, no, Shirley, I'm not going to lend you $10 because you never pay my money back like you say, or you're always late paying my $10. Let Shirley go through her rant and her rave, and this ain't the time to teach me a lesson because this about to get shut off or I'm stranding out over here. Let the last time be the last time. Do not keep getting walked over, because then it's your fault that you allow Shirley to mistreat you again. She don't care. She need what she need right now. You can say what you need to say. And yeah, okay, I know you right, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to do what I asked you to do. That, in that moment, is all that matters. If you are tired of being misused, mistreated, mishandled, disrespected, dissed, played, whatever word works in this instance for you, you have to stop it. You have to set the tone. You have to set the standard, because if not, people are going to treat you that way. Well, she don't mind. She don't care. He always let me, or he always, because of who he is, it should be cool. And it's not. I don't care who we are, what our dynamic is. There's only so much I'm going to allow you to do. And if you talk to people, that's how they feel about those deal breakers. Coming to their house late, calling at the wrong hour, making them stay over at work, cursing at them, whatever it is, they have set the tone that when it comes to such and such, Don't come to her house at midnight. Your feelings will be hurt. She will not let you in if she is not expecting you, you know. So just know that at some point you're going to have to set the tone, because if not, you're going to constantly be in turmoil within yourself about how people treat you, and struggling to figure out why they don't respect you more, and what do you need to do in order to gain the respect that you feel like you deserve. You feel like your relationship is better than this or that, but they keep on. Your fault. You allowed it. You allow it. Have a conversation with them when everything is cool, when you're not wanting to scream and rant and banter. Have a calm conversation. You know, I want to talk to you about, you know, when you call me in the middle of the day, I always think something's wrong, because I know there's no other reason you would call me unless something's wrong, because you know the schedule I work. So I really need you to respect the fact that between these hours, I don't want the phone to ring unless it's of an emergent matter. Do not do that unless you want me calling you at 2, 3 in the morning, because that's how I feel when you call me at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I'm asleep. I have to work that night, or whatever your thing is. You have to communicate it. And if people don't want to hear you, showing them always works. You didn't answer the phone when I called you. You didn't leave a message. I didn't think you wanted anything. Sorry. You know, and unfortunately, it takes some action like that to really put your point across again and again. It's not once and then you kind of slid back a little bit. You have to be consistent with how you want to be treated. How will you allow me to treat you? That's how I'm going to treat you. I'm going to treat you the way I felt was right. I felt was best. I may not mean any disrespect at all, but until you bring it to me and let me know, I'm going to treat you the way I felt was appropriate for this situation or circumstance. So decide, how are you being treated? And if you don't like it, change it. Take care.